What is up, YouTube? Today, we're diving into the best M249 attachments and calibrations in Delta Force. The M249 is a fast-firing LMG that brings a lot of pressure into fights. It fires at 858 rounds per minute and deals 20 damage per shot, giving it a 280 millisecond time to kill at its optimal 46 meter range. That is a strong time to kill, and with this setup, you can really take advantage of that time to kill in almost any situation. What makes the M249 stand out is its high fire rate, but you will notice some extra recoil in the first few shots. Once you get used to that early kick, it becomes a lot easier to control. This build trims the magazine from 100 to 60 rounds, which gives us better recoil control and handling without sacrificing the gun's main strength, by still having 160 rounds to use. Muzzle velocities also increase slightly from 550 to 576 meters per second, helping shots land easier on moving targets and giving us better calibration options. The result is a fast-firing, aggressive LMG that feels easy to manage in most fights. With all of that said, let's get into the attachments. We start off with an M249 that has nothing on it, going from the left to the right, starting with the barrel, where we put on the M249 Rhino long barrel. This is going to increase the possible range that we can use this weapon at by 6 meters, which is a lot because it's 6 meters per step, while at the same time increasing our muzzle velocity, helping our recoil control with both the vertical and horizontal recoil and the firing stability too. It will drop our handling by a decent amount, but we will fix that, and our stability is very important so that you can actually see what you're shooting at. So let's put it on. Then for the muzzle, we go for the titanium contest muzzle brake. The most important traits out of this one is that it helps with both vertical and horizontal recoil, as you can see here, but also something pretty important with this weapon is the current firing stability. It will also help it, and this is really all we need from that stat, so let's put it on. For the handguard, I found that the best one to use here, unless you want to use a bipod, is the M249 military rail handguard. This will get rid of the bipod slot, but in exchange, we will be able to put on more stuff on the patches and the rail. It will also help our stability and control, which are both very nice to have. Next is the foregrip, where we go for the X25U angled combat grip. This is pretty much a staple this season and previous season because it gives you a huge amount of recoil control while really only hurting your handling and stability by a little bit. So it's pretty much always worth it to put it on unless the weapon already has a lot of control. So let's stick it on today. Next, for every single rail and every single patch, we are going to go for the Ranger handguard panel. Each one of these panels is going to increase our control by a total of 1, so it really makes a big difference in the end when you add up all 6 of them. Up next is the magazine, and I don't really think you need 100 rounds. Instead, I think 60 is the perfect amount. It's more than you would probably need in most situations, while actually helping your control and your handling. And of course, because it's not a belt, you will have a much better reload time. Then, because we changed to an actual magazine, we can put on the Mag Assist, and don't forget to put that on because it gives you a little bit more handling for free. Next, for the optic, we go for the riser. That way we can actually put on the laser on the weapon in the top here, because a laser does decrease your ADS times by 50 whole milliseconds when you have the laser on during the match. And for the optic itself, I do really enjoy going for the panoramic red dot sight. I just think it looks the cleanest. But that is preference, you can really pick whichever one you want. And last but not least, on the stock, I really enjoy going for the skeleton sniper stock. I know, right? Who would have thought? This is just the perfect one because it gives you that handling that we need, the stability that we really want, all while really not hurting our control by much. And this is not the type of weapon that you're going to hit fire much with, so our accuracy drop here really doesn't matter much. This is the finished build, but I do want to show you the stats, especially the ones that are going to be changing with the calibration for the weapon. Starting off with the damage fall off multiplier, we have increased this by 6 meters, but this is not going to change with the calibration. As you can tell though, it's very good. You're going to be able to use this at quite far ranges without losing much damage. But let's move on now to the control, which does change with the calibration. As you can see, it's already amazing, but we're going to make it even better. So it will be super easy to control at most ranges, even up to 80 meters. Next, on the handling, we have pretty good handling. Remember that because we do have a laser, as long as you have it on during the match, you will have minus 50 milliseconds here on the ADS speed, which does mean that our current ADS speed is actually back to the default. It's 367 when you decrease it by 50, but it will will only get better right along with our current ADS movement speed due to the calibration. And I do want to mention that because we have decreased the amount of rounds that we can hold, your reload time goes down by more than half. Next is the stability, and that is not going to change much due to the calibration. The only things that are really changing are the breath sway range, which is already amazing, so we're not really going to hurt it that much when we calibrate, and the current movement stability, which again is amazing already, so us hurting it just a little bit to get better stats elsewhere is not really a problem at all. Now that you know what will be changing, let's go to the calibration screen, starting off with the barrel, where we put the weight limit all the way down to the minimum so that we can move as fast as possible while ADSing. The length also goes down to the minimum so that we can get even more ADS speed. As I said, your ADS times will get better, and all we're sacrificing for that is some muzzle velocity. This is still going to be around 576 meters per second, which is really good already. This firing stability decrease is also not going to matter much due to the barrel and titanium contest brake that we put on earlier. Then for the foregrip, all we can really do is move the thickness all the way down to the minimum so that we can get more ADS movement speed. Although this is an LMG, you still want to be able to strafe. That's why we're doing that. Then on the stock, we move the weight limit all the way up to the maximum here and put the cheek pad placement all the way down to the minimum. This combination will give us even better ADS movement speed and extra control, which is always nice to have. And last but not least, on the optic, I highly recommend putting the eye relief all the way down so that you can see as much as possible within your optics window. So let's go back to the details tab so that you can see exactly what we have actually changed. Looking at the control, you can see that we have improved it from 0.51 to 0.47, which is quite the nice improvement when it was already really good. Moving on to the handling, you can see that now because we still have that minus 50 buff from the laser, our current ADS speed is actually only around 355 milliseconds, which is even better than the default. And our current ADS movement speed is much faster, letting us strafe much easier. So moving on to the stability, you can see again that not much has changed here. This used to be 0.15 degrees for the breath sway range, which is really not bad at all now because it's at 0.2. You're barely going to feel that difference. And same thing for the current movement stability, you're really not going to notice too much of a difference from what we had in the past, but at the same time, because stability is a logarithmic graph, increasing our stability even more is really not going to make as big of a difference as it does by just having the plus 12. Keep in mind that you always want to be holding your breath considering how long we have our breath holding duration. This will decrease your recoil every time you hold your breath, so keep it held. And now that you know the stats and we have dialed in our attachments and calibrations, let's hop into the firing range to see how it handles. Remember that this gun does have 60 rounds, so this is going to take a while, but I am taking my mouse completely off the mouse pad here so you can see the raw recoil. And as you saw, that really wasn't horrible to control. As long as you remember that it goes up and left then right, you're fine to go. So now I'm going to control the recoil as best I can without holding my breath, and as you can see, it's really not too bad. But now I'm actually going to hold my breath as I control the recoil, and as you can tell, it becomes a lot easier to control for those first few shots. The rest of it is pretty much just grouped really nicely together as long as you can remember that the gun goes up left and then up right. The M249 is not my favorite LMG. I do think that the others are better than the M249 in almost every way, but the fast fire rate and handling of the M249 make it quite fun to use. But now that we have the build locked in, let's jump into a fun match in Threshold to see the setup in action. Enjoy! Alright, we're in Threshold. Not my favorite map, but that's okay. We can make it work with the M250. M249. That was -1. Whoops. Wait, hold up. I know you're here. Yep. Is he gonna stay on the bridge? Just gonna burn. There we go. Let's get this guy too. They're playing as Uluru for our engineer to get access to the M249. He's definitely my favorite engineer. I really wish that the game would start out only if you already had at least a 12v12. Yeah, there we go. Look at this guy. What he doesn't know is I got an M249. Did not even see her, honestly. I kind of thought she was a teammate. Let's get him too. I really want to pick up my... But there's a vehicle. Oh. Never mind. I see you. You're not escaping. Come back. There we go. Reload real quick. You might be wondering why 60 rounds, and that is mainly because of the handling and control that I believe it gives. I actually forgot if it was control too. But at least the handling is very useful, and we really don't need 100 rounds if you actually hit your shots. There's somebody right behind me. I am so happy that my team just saved me. Let's put this out on heal. Let's wait. Oh, wait, I gotta get on the point. No, 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 no. Right here. Bad timing. Horrible timing. Put out another wall. Have a little bit of cover. He's still there. Well, not the one that I just killed. That one is dead now. Oh, no way. He did this to me. Oh, brother. Still gonna be in there. Let's make sure to get them a little bit here. I did throw out an incendiary. What the? Guy's really trying to pick him up? You two. There was a person there? 24 rounds. We're good. Oh, there's another one, but I literally don't have any ammo. I gotta reload. Good to go. We're good to go. She definitely saw my legs before I saw her. The issue with going downstairs like that. But if I just go around... Thought I could... Okay. I really have to go all the way around to get on top? There we go. Bam! 36 meters is obviously extremely easy. You actually have the perfect time to kill at this range. Anywhere below 46, you have a great time to kill. Somebody shooting at us, no? I was wrong. I see you, though. Oh. Wrong again. What else is wrong? This guy trying to kill me. Whoa! I just destroyed him. They gotta fix that. Bad timing, bad timing. We are dealing 20 damage with the M249, and that is 858 rounds per minute. Let's make sure that we destroy this respawn beacon this time. There we go. That does give us a time to kill 280 milliseconds. This guy... There he is. I had a feeling he would pop out back again. I see you. This range here, it's pretty alright for it. Let's just show you him dying. If he would actually come out again, it would be nice. Got him, though. That was a 74 meters. That is still a respectable distance. That's actually really good for this gun. Okay, hold on. Who was doing all that shooting over here? Oh, what the? That's so rude. I see you. Is that another one? No, never mind. I'm wrong. It's an enemy in here. Got him with the AoE. Not gonna let her survive. Good. We got 60 rounds, so we'll put him to use by missing a lot. It's fine. Somebody right there I just saw. Whoa. Okay, hold on, hold on. Might be able to do something here. Yes! Perfect! Let's go. Oh, that's depressing. But it's fine, we got the vehicle. That's the hardest thing. It's the best one. I did not even realize that that was an enemy. Okay, I'm putting my gamer chair on sport mode real quick. Yeah, you're not gonna win against the M249. Up to 46, okay. There we go, 52 meters, pretty good. Up to 46 meters, you're going to be dealing the full 20 damage, but anywhere further than that, you're not going to be dealing the full damage anymore, therefore your time to kill will be worse. That's what makes this not the best LMG, that it only deals 20 damage. I know there's a vehicle around here, so let me just... There we go. One. I have to hit him a couple more times, hopefully we have other engineers on the case. Two. One more time and then... Okay, yeah, he's leaving. Well, at least he left. He's not going to be bothering my team anymore. What's this? There we go. Another one around here, but I only have 16 rounds. Oh, I should have aimed that better. The control is super easy to handle the recoil on this thing. I just gotta make sure to actually put in the work for it. There we go. A wall would be really nice right now, I think. Whoa. This is the one that I didn't finish earlier. Glad that I got her now. I see you. Will this land in there? No, it won't. Okay. That's sad then. Still got someone though. Who else wants some? Come here. Oh, one more shot, one more shot. Got him finally. Oh my god, that thing was so annoying. Got him good though. Good job, team. That was teamwork. There's somebody else around here? I can't believe I have not died up here. Got him. Got her too. Good. Doing way too well. Somebody to the left. Right there, got him. Oh, there's so many of them. Hopefully I don't get flashed. Good. I didn't get flashed. Hello. Yeah, I would probably have to say that the M249 is probably one of the worst LMGs right now. Just because of the... Okay, that is the most awkward situation. And it's only because of the damage. The fire rate is really good. It makes it fun. And I died to the sonic trap. I was in such a bad spot. Let's go outside for a second. I wonder if... Yeah, there is. Might be able to get behind him a little bit here. Not sure what this guy's up to. There's a little fire. Oh, they're getting B2. Oh, maybe that was not good. You know what? It's fine. That means more kills for us. Hello. Run away. Get you. Oh, I could have gotten one more. I'm gonna die here. Wow, he almost got me good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how he missed that many shots, though. Nobody up here? He tried to turn around and kill me. That was a ballsy move there. There we go. The only issue with the M249, the main issue, I guess, is definitely that first little bit of recoil that it has. Those first few shots, you have to hold your breath, because it is a bit of extra recoil. Right there. Yeah. I'm gonna get up here. Yeah, I don't even care if I die by the timer. Maybe I don't, though. Oh, that was so close. I was like an inch away. Somebody right around here. There we go, good. Here we go. See if I can get you. Gotta reload, reload, reload. Oh, that was an enemy. He just... I thought it was gonna live. Whoa. I've got no chance of surviving another fight right now. There's a guy right in front of me. That's the only thing I can survive. Why don't I just do this right now? There's gotta be a whole bunch of them in the front. If I just do this, I swear there's probably gonna be another one of these failed guided missiles that I usually have. I hope not. Fingers crossed. Threshold is kind of the perfect map for the M249. Mainly because... Oh, that was a 4. Okay, well, a lot worse than I hoped, but it's alright. Threshold is good though. Just because the gun, you really should not be using it too far. 80 meters is pretty much a max that you want to use this gun on. Which is pretty nice, actually. Why does it not get destroyed? That... What? But yeah, keep the M250 up to 80 meters. You can push it to 100, but pretty much never do that if you can avoid it. That was the M249. That was a really nice match. Although it's not the best gun, it's definitely fun to use. In the comments down below, let me know what you thought of this M249 build, and if you have a way to improve it even more. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Owl out.